Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahawah, BaHashem, YAHAWASHI, BaHashem, Rakakwadash. Yahawah being the name of the Heavenly Father, whom the world ignorantly calls God. YAHAWASHI being the name of His Son, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to them who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakab coming at you with another lesson. Second Ezra chapter 9 from the top. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So today's lesson, we're going to go into a couple of signs / current events news that has been going on. All right, because this is one of the obligations as well as duties of the prophets as well as the men of the Lord to be doing in these times. All right, so now let's get into these before we get into anything else. So let's start with this. Recently, what I found out
should send troops to Ukraine to halt Russia's
Sluck, you have to restart the thing.
has been issued to the United States by Russia as Putin ally makes a chilling threat to sink UK under nuclear tidal wave if NATO sends troops, and reduce the United States to radioactive ash if NATO sends troops into Ukraine. This is Vladimir Putin's most senior propagandist in a vow to the United States and to NATO. This is some pretty incredible news coming out. And in addition to that, while this is unfolding, we've also heard that there is a new NATO country that is scrambling at this time to send troops to Russian border nations. Sweden will send troops to Latvia as a part of its commitment to NATO following its recent membership in the alliance. So Russia warning not to do this, or they will reduce NATO and the United States to radioactive nuclear ash. Yet at the same time, we've got other nations scrambling to send them to the border nations to protect NATO nations. And also clarification and opinion piece coming out saying that Europe, but not NATO. So that way, as not to potentially trigger Russia, they're saying that this is Europe and not NATO, should send troops to Ukraine to halt Russia's advances. Kiev needs more boots on the ground, they say. And also, in addition to that, with these threats going back and forth and this intensifying over the past couple of days, this article coming out, listen to this. Court orders seizure of 440 million JP Morgan just in. A nuclear threat has been issued to the United States.
All right, so basically you heard that America and its allies, they do want to, interfere, get involved, but Russia is basically, or Putin basically saying, yeah, if you do that, we want to fight, basically. All right, so as a result of that, we see that things aren't. Tensions are rising. Things are we're not in the most peaceful of times. Which, by the way, prophecy. All right. What did the Lord say? Let me get that. War. There. Micah chapter 4 verse 3. Verse 1 actually. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and the people shall flow unto it, and many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the house. Verse 2, and many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord and to the house of He will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths, and the laws shall go forth of Zion and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem, and he shall judge among many people and rebuke. Verse 3, and he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So one of the prophecies of when the Israelites are going to be, return to their land, they would be established at the top of all nations. In addition to that, there would be no more war. There would be no more war. So this goes to show that we are not yet in that time. All right, for those fake J's. All right. Anyway, continuing on. So this also does tell us, war is right around the corner. Yahawadah. This is the hopeful year that things pop off. All right, especially for primarily the MOTB. All right, so let's get this as well. Just some information on the whole nuclear thing. When war pops off, when, not if, but when.
Their weapons. I mean, they're depicted in movies all the time. However, they never do a good job of showing what actually happens during a nuclear explosion. I mean, this movie would have you believe that you could survive a nuke just by getting in your fridge.
That's not how the Force
And the power that's on display. They're always in these desolate, remote locations with nothing nearby to visually compare their size to. At least this test in the ocean had battleships for scale. On their own, it's just really hard to grasp the true magnitude of these explosions.
4, 3, 2, 1.
In the first 1/1,000,000th of a second after nuclear detonation, the heat is already so extreme that a ball of plasma forms. It's a fireball so hot, it reduces everything inside it to subatomic particles. The core of our star is 15 million degrees Celsius, making it the hottest point in the entire solar system. But for a brief moment in time, it becomes the second hottest point because the core of a nuclear fireball can reach 100 million degrees. To put that in perspective,
Slakia, that is a fucking...
that's 20...
That is a crazy statement. If that's true, that's actually wild.
1,000 times hotter than the vaporization point of diamond, one of the most resilient materials in the entire universe. So it doesn't matter if you're in a fridge or a bunker made of diamond. If you're inside of this fireball, you will get deleted from existence.
That is wild. That's wild. I did not... This is literally my first time seeing this. And I just did not know about that. That's actually crazy. Do you know what it takes to have someone use the word deleted? Like, when you say someone gets deleted, that's not just, oh, you're gonna get killed and your corpse is still there or anything like that. It's like you cease to exist. It's like you were never there in the first place. Like, atomized, vaporized. Like, this is some crazy, this is actually some crazy stuff. All right. Anyway, I want to get, where is it? Over here. Isaiah chapter 43, verse 13. Yea, before the day was, I am he, and there is none that can deliver out of my hand. I will work, and who shall let it? And this is the thing, like, if the Lord decides to leave your ass to get vaporized, atomized, whatever you want to call it, like, there's literally nothing you can do. If the Lord's not dealing with you, and the Lord's gonna allow these nations to go out and do it, whether you move or whatever, so that you are going to be destroyed. All right, do not test the Lord. Do not think you can escape anything or something like that. Like, you really have to take this stuff, take the Lord seriously. All right, this is not a joke. This is absolutely not a joke. This is very, very serious. All right. Actually, let's read some of these precepts over here. Malachi chapter 4 from the top. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly, shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall leave them neither root nor branch. That is crazy. All right. And you don't want to be a part of the proud, wicked. So fix your attitude, fix your behavior, get out of your wicked ways. All right. Honestly, you can only imagine just how painful it would be if you're not even in the center of the explosion, but if you're just in the not as hot the radius of the not the core, but you're still in the blast radius, but it's not enough to vaporize you. All right, but it's enough to burn you up. Okay, it'll definitely be super hot. All right, it
of absolutely massive tornadoes have just ripped through parts of the US. And honestly, America's weather is terrifying. Hundreds of homes in Nebraska and Iowa have not only been damaged, but have been completely shredded by this thing. And nearly 10,000 people have been left without power. Tornadoes ripped through the Eppley airfield in Omaha, causing massive destruction and damage to multiple planes. Videos from inside people's ravaged houses show how they no longer have a roof. And this storm chaser is extremely lucky to be alive right now, because in the last minute he was able to swerve away from a semi-truck being blown over into his lane. This severe weather threat is expected to continue through Sunday, with Saturday possibly being the most dangerous, and strong tornadoes are possible from Michigan to Texas, including Oklahoma City, Kansas City, Dallas, Milwaukee, Chicago, and Austin.
So basically, you need to understand that you don't just have to be on the lookout for the nukes. You have to be on the lookout for everything. Okay, the Lord, just you have to be on the lookout for the Lord in general, because the Lord can use literally any. Let me get that. As a matter of fact, all right, let me get that. Sirach chapter 39 verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. All right. So the Lord created many different spirits of destruction. And well, actually, let's get that. Verse 29: fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. Okay, so fire, just like the nuclear fire, the hail, famine, death, natural disasters, as well as other things. Okay, the bombs, modern day swords, gun, all that stuff is created by the Lord YAHAWAH to destroy, punish the wicked. Okay, so that's why we need to be on the side of the Lord. All right, because as we read in Isaiah chapter 43 verse 13, none can deliver out the hand of YAHAWASHI. All right, so basically, that was basically it. Clean up your act, get right with the Lord now while you can. All right, so with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWASHI, Shamakakwa, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Abad, Babal, and Shalom.